What is going on, y'all? It is your boy Zay Plays, and we are back with another video. Today on Path of Exiles 2 on the Thorns Only build, and I just want to talk to you guys about the direction I want to take this build, as well as get some input from you guys on how we can make this build stronger going into Act 3, because we're almost done with Act 2. We literally just had the final boss left. But I want to make this build stronger because, sometimes boss fights can take 15, 20 to 30 minutes, which is the nature of a Thorns Only build. It is a challenge run as well. But guys, I also want to say thank you guys for all the support on the channel recently. We have recently become partnered on YouTube, which was a really, really big goal of mine. And I just want to say thank you because you guys have been rocking it. The support is crazy. And if you guys do like this video and like the videos I make and the streams that I do, please hit that like button and please drop a sub if you guys would like as well, because it just lets me know that you guys want to see more on this channel like this. Now, getting into the build, we have two pieces of armor that are crucial to this build and how we are able to even do this as well. The first is the helmet, Crown of the Pale King. If you look at the last line, Thorns damage is triggered by all hits. If we did not have this helmet, any enemy that did any type of projectile damage, we would not be able to hit because the Thorns would not trigger. So this is huge for the build. And the second piece of armor that is critical to this build is the Lace Boots Unique. 19% increased movement speed is also huge for any build, right? But what we're really looking at is this 25% to Thorns critical hit chance, which will play a really big factor once we get into the passive skill tree. It also gives us 15 to 25 physical Thorns damage as well, which also physical Thorns damage is going to trigger because of the helmet that we have. So these two items are critical for this build if you want to try a Thorns only playthrough. Everything else can be swapped out to have more life regen, more life on enemy killed. Like, all these things can be better. All these things can be better. We're still early on to the game. We're only level 30, so all these things will eventually get better and better. I say another really good item to use is the Omen Scepter, because it gives you critical weakness to the enemies when they're standing really close to you. So that is also really good for this build as well. Now let's get into the passive skill tree. The passive skill tree. Now, the ascendancy I decided to go with was the Titan. A lot of people in my chat were telling me to go with the Warbringer. But if my thinking is correct, the Titan could be huge for this build for one specific reason. We have to get our second ascendancy for it, but it's for this right here alone. The Hulking form. 50% increased effect of small passive skills. Now, if my thinking is correct, you guys can let me know about down below in the comments if it is or if it's not. All these ones that aren't big nodes like this are small passive skills. So like my Thorns damage in here, 16% increase to Thorns damage, small passive skill for these. All the way over here, all these Thorns damage, small passive skill, small passive skill, small passive skills. If I'm thinking correctly, all these would get a 50% increase to it because of that ascendancy point, or ascendancy node, excuse me, which will be huge for my build. It will make this build a lot stronger. I think it can really make this build come online. But obviously we have to get our second ascendancy for it. So for right now, I have the life regen and more life temporarily. Now, my original thinking was to just go to all the Thorns builds, or Thorns nodes. So my original thinking was to just go to all the Thorns nodes. So the skill tree is pretty simple. I could have like saved 2 points by going this path versus going this path, but I wanted to get some life regen on the build. But after getting to the Thorns nodes, this first Thorns node, I just wanted to go straight to all the Thorns nodes. So I went into here, and then I wanted this side of the Thorns node first, and then I was going to build to this direction. I have changed my mind, and I'm going to show you guys why I changed my mind on why I want to build this build differently now in the passive skill tree. Now, I have taken 3 skill points off to show you guys what I am thinking about doing and why this could be huge for the build. So like I said originally, I was going to just go from this Thorns node, Thorns tree, to this Thorns tree over here, but I've changed my mind, and I'm going to show you guys why. So if we look at our Thorns tab right here, you can see that my critical hit chance is 30% and my critical damage bonus for Thorns is 136%. So my next thought process is I'm going to finish out this tree. I don't have to get the last big one because I have it on my jewel, and I have the other one over there that you can see glowing on my amulet. But after getting that one, I want to build into this. Critical hit chance is 10% critical hit chance, and then 15% critical hit chance. And now if we go back over to our build, you can now see that, or into our Thorns tab over here, you can now see that we have a 37.5% critical hit chance and 161 critical damage bonus. Originally, when I was building this, I could not get critical hit chance on my Thorns. I think it's because we have the boots now that we have a base layer of critical hit chance for Thorns that we're able to build into Thorns and really make this build come online. So if we build here, we're just going to have a lot of critical hit chance. If we build over here, we're just going to have a lot of critical hit damage bonus, which will really make this build stronger. Why would it make it stronger? Because now you're critting and now it's just dealing a lot more damage because of the crits damage bonus. So we don't even really need to build to this side of the Thorns tree anymore. Yes, it'll give us 10% increased Thorns damage, which could help with once we get the 50% increase of small passive skills. But I have the big Thorns node over here, so I'm not really worried about it. And then after finishing out this critical hit chance tree and critical damage bonus tree, I want to build into life regeneration rate. Life regen is going to be crazy for this build because we're going to be taking a lot of damage, so we need our life regen to be high. The next thing that I don't know about, and this is something that I'm going to need your guys' help down below, is life leech. If Thorns damage hitting something counts as from a hit. Now, I'm not sure if it counts from a hit, but if it does, life leech could be crazy for this build. It can make this build really, really strong because now we're going to be able to build life regeneration and life leech, so we pretty much never die to anything. We're going to have to build a lot more health and everything like that, but you guys can see where I'm thinking about taking this build by getting the Thorns damage, or the critical hit chance, excuse me, the critical damage bonus, the life regen, how this build can really quickly become stronger. Like, even there's some nodes over here. I don't know if I'm ever going to be high enough level to build all the way over here. 3% damage taken, recouped his life, more damage, recouped his life over here. We potentially could build all the way over to these ones later in this build's life, but I think once we get the second ascendancy plus these, if I'm thinking right, these are small passive skills, it could really, really, really make the build super strong. All these small passive skills that will give us another 50% on top of what they're already giving us could make this build insanely strong, especially if life leech, if the leech from Thorns damage is a hit. That's also just keeping this build alive, which is the hardest thing right now, is keeping this build alive, especially in like the long boss fights. But guys, that is my thought process, and I just start rambling because like there's just so many endless possibilities that we could take this build. But guys, please let me know down in the comments if you guys have any other things that you guys think I should do to this build. Please let me know about any of the questions that I asked in this. I'm still new to RPGs. So this is my first one, and this is my first challenge run. Obviously, it's a challenge run because Thorns is a slow, painful experience, but it is a very fun challenge run, and I hope you guys have been liking it on the channel. Guys, if you do like this kind of video, please drop a like, please drop a sub if you guys do, because I will be bringing you guys more. I'll be posting a video pretty soon about how I think we need a currency reset in Path of Exiles 2 and about patch 2.0, whatever it's called. I will be talking about that on the channel. But guys, I really do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please have a good rest of your day, night, or whatever it is where you're at. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye.